how crazy is it that NewJeans Danielle and IVE Wonyoung are facing backlash for the exact opposite reasons? As many of you may know and might have even celebrated, Lunar New Year just took place this weekend. Well, the NewJeans members took to a messaging app to chat with fans about how they were celebrating, with Danielle asking, "What are you bunnies doing for Chinese New Year?" Her calling it Chinese New Year instead of Lunar New Year seemingly got her a lot of backlash because the holiday is celebrated by other Asian countries as well, not just China, on top of the ongoing tensions between Korea and China regarding certain cultural and political topics. Though many also defended Danielle, pointing out that a lot of countries outside of Asia who have limited knowledge about the holiday, or even Asia itself, tend to refer to it as Chinese New Year's, so Danielle growing up in Australia could be more accustomed to saying that. However, some countered that argument by pointing out that fellow member Honey, who is Vietnamese but also Australian, referred to it as Lunar New Year's. What's crazy is that if you look on the accounts of other idols like CL, Sohyun, and Wonyoung, on top of all the other things she's getting criticized for, they are getting hate for the exact opposite reason, not calling it Chinese New Year. Well, the backlash seemed to have been enough, or at least loud enough, for Danielle to post an apology on Instagram, saying as soon as she realized her mistake, she deleted the message, but at that point it was already too late. Because Lunar New Year's is celebrated by many countries, she says her choice of words were inappropriate, deeply regrets it, will not forget this incident, and will be more careful with her words in the future. And while there are mixed opinions on whether or not Danielle should have apologized in the first place, I think everybody is waiting to hear from Jamie's boyfriend, probably now ex-boyfriend. Back in November, we saw Jamie going public with her relationship on Instagram, receiving a lot of support from fans and friends like Ailey, Cards Jiwoo, and Cosmic Girls Exy. Yesterday, we saw another update from the couple on a ski trip together. However, not long after that photo was posted, Jamie then uploaded a series of stories saying, "When you find out your boyfriend is a cheater," suspecting that he cheated on her with 4 or 5 other girls, revealing that we are finding out she knows about this even before him, as his recent photo of them together was still up at the same time. The last update we have at the time of this recording is her saying she is going to make a good song about this and to not bash men, just him.
Cheating is a habit. So if one starts to cheat in a one relationship, next is not that hard, right?
While Lunar New Year's is usually a time for everyone to relax with their friends and family, it actually turned out a bit dangerous for NCT Chenle and his mom. In a previous video, we discussed how the NCT members have been expressing their frustrations after being followed not just by crazy fans who were seen on video between tour stops, but even followed to their homes during their personal time off. Well, the message has still not been received because when Chenle landed in China, not only did he struggle to get to and inside his car, but you can see him turning around to look for someone who got separated from him, as his mom then comes into frame, also struggling to get in. Despite all that could have happened, he, just like the other members, felt the need to convey his frustrations, but started his message with a lot of class, expressing his gratitude for the love that fans always show him, but ended his message essentially pleading that people don't hurt his mom. Not something I ever expected to say in a video. But while we're on the topic of NCT, we previously discussed the speculation about whether or not Lucas was going to make a return this year after his hiatus due to the controversy, as people discussed the 7 lights that appeared during the official Super M teaser. Well, now SM might have added more fuel to that, because on an episode of NCT Universe where SM rookies are guided into the NCT experience, they were shown all the members in their rookie years with a montage of Wavy, including all 7 members. This is significant because it's one of the first times, if not the first, that we're seeing Lucas on official SM content in a very long time. However, just like the aforementioned Super M teaser, this is still not confirmation of anything. It may or may not give us insight into SM's future plans for Lucas, because I think whether they left him out of that montage or included him like they did, it was going to be a discussion amongst people regardless. We also don't know when or if we'll be seeing Gongwon Sonya again. It has been reported that the girls have filed a lawsuit against their current label, The Wave Music, due to unsuitable working and living conditions. There have been a lot of shady accusations about their current company circulating, including the 2 non-Korean members having to pay fines due to the company neglecting proper handling of their visas, which now might affect their criminal record, and the members reportedly being evicted from their dorms because the company failed to pay rent. On top of not being paid and many other details, we'll refrain from further official updates on this legal matter, as the Wave Music have yet to respond or even show up to court, while the girls are trying to terminate their contracts. The final piece of more serious news is that D1s have officially announced their disbandment after over 3 years, as their contracts have now expired. Hopefully the members will once again land their feet in the industry somewhere, because they were all already former audition program contestants. I mean, I personally watched Woo Jin Young place first on Mix 9, which we all know YG ultimately ended up canceling their debut, but that is a testament to how talented these guys are. But as many have just celebrated the new year, let's also celebrate the positive things happening in K-pop. We haven't had a lot of comebacks or new releases since the last video, but we've certainly had big ones, with Twice's new English song Moonlight Sunrise, which was apparently inspired by a moment I was so fortunate to be a part of and will never forget. DREAMCATCHER also recently released Reason, celebrating their 6th anniversary. Again, I'm so glad the girls renewed their contracts and that we're getting many more years of DREAMCATCHER. Cherry Bullet also celebrated their 4th anniversary. Speaking of which, one of the most memorable anniversaries last year was KARA's 15th, because they gave us an amazing reunion, even becoming the first girl group to have a music show win in 3 different decades while doing so. And even though their recent appearance at the Seoul Music Awards may be the last time we see them all together for a while, it was awesome to see them getting another award and mentioning HARA once again to top it all off.